As advisors, we're on a journey. There's no doubt about that. I have journeyed for many years, and part of that journey is to bring together the sacred and the secular. And honestly, it's very easy for us to keep them separate, to live our secular lives and then to live our sacred lives and not have the two meet. But the reality is, we all understand that biblical wisdom works. And biblical wisdom is part of the sacred piece of who we are, and we need to bring the two together. So, my guest today is Jim MacGowan, and Jim is from Nova Scotia, from the Halifax area. And I first met Jim, believe it or not, it's almost 2 years to the day that we met in Jonathan Lewis's office. And I recall the conversation that we were having that day. It was just a small group of us. It was only 4 or 5 or 6 of us in the room that day. And but what a great conversation. And one of the focuses was around that very idea, the sacred and the secular. And so I'd love for you to jump into the conversation here, Jim. Introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit how long you've been in the business. But first of all, comment on that whole concept of sacred and secular and how it impacted you.
Well, thanks very much, Lorne, and thank you for having me. Yeah, I thought that was a life-changing conversation for me. I had really, I'm early in my journey in terms of Christian life. I'd always separated the secular practice from my Christian values, and they're emerging. And I suspect many people on the call are much further along in the journey than I am. And so you'll bear with me as I move through it. But those words, bringing the two of them together, really resonated with me. And over the last several months, I'm starting to do that, and I'm starting to move through this journey in a very. I guess I'm a little late to the game, but I'm at least I'm at the game.